Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another recap, B&B Sports Talk. It's another of my series of football weekend recaps. This time I am recapping the November 9th and 10th. And so, not much to talk about in regards to college football. There was the LSU-Alabama game, which I unfortunately didn't get to watch because we forgot to record it. So I can't comment too much on that one, but it did look like Alabama was kind of just able to run the ball with Yeldon, and they have another guy, I forget his name, but and I'll also talk a little bit about the Heisman. Unfortunately, Marcus Mariota cannot be at the top of the list anymore because of his loss, and you know, I think he still has a chance, but I think the injury, we'll see how serious that is. But you know, if he has a great rest of the season, then who's to say he might still have a chance? But right now, I would say I would have to put Johnny Manziel at the front runner right now. I mean, I hate to do that because I'm not really a big fan, but when you look at the definition of a Heisman, most outstanding player in college football, I think it's hard to argue. I mean, I think Mariota may be the most efficient. Jameis Winston may be the most, like the best breakout star kind of freshman story. But I think Manziel right now is just the most outstanding player in college football, and I think it's hard to argue that. So for now, I've got him at the top. Now, the NFL, which there's more to cover here, let's just touch on the Seahawks and Falcons. Go Seahawks. 9-1 record. Beast mode was just sensation. He had a great game for most of the game he had outgained the entire Falcons offense as far as yards. And so that's just awesome. And the offense, Seattle's off. I know they're known for their defense, but their offense was just great. And the defense was great as well. I mean, Atlanta didn't do hardly anything on third down, and I feel like the whole team kind of snapped out of that little funk or slump, whatever you want to call it, that they were in. And I think we now we have a week to prepare for the Vikings, or next week we play the Vikings, and then we have a bye week, and then here's where the big stretch comes is New Orleans at home, I believe, and then on the road at San Francisco, and we have a bye, which will be good, and I'm hoping we get healthy. Maybe even Percy Harvin can come back, Sidney Rice, Brandon Browner, all those guys getting healthy, which would be great. Saints and Cowboys, that was Saints were just walking all over them. I mean, Breeze throwing it all over the lot. He was just, and I gave a lot of credit to Rob Ryan, the job he's done with the Saints defense. I believe they gave up the most yards in the history of the NFL last season, the Saints, and now they're a stout defense. I mean, Tony Romo and that Dallas, they're say what you want about them, but they can put up numbers on offense, and the Saints were able to hold them to minimal number of points. Final game we should discuss is of course, the Monday night game, Buccaneers and Dolphins. That was last night's game, and the Buccaneers were 0-8, and I do generally agree with the statement, you are what your record says you are, but I gotta say, I think the Buccaneers are a better team than undefeated, and now they have one win, but for whatever reason, they can't really finish games well. Even last night, they didn't necessarily finish strong. Now, they won, but for whatever reason, I mean, they had Seattle down 21-0, and they just can't finish games. And maybe hopefully for them, that was a good step for them last night, and maybe they'll start winning games. But as far as the game, I was kind of sad to see Mike James. He got hurt toward the beginning. I think he's a great player. They've already lost Doug Martin, who's a great running back. Now, Mike James, I think he did to my Seahawks. He was running all over us, and it's hard. I know Seattle has been run on, but I think Mike James is a good player, so I was sad to see him go. Once he went, though, they were running, it kind of came, and they have a guy named Brian Leonard, I think, running back, and he had his moments, but he wasn't really, he's not the most explosive guy ever. And Mike Glennon, he was okay. He wasn't bad, he wasn't great by any means, but, and the Dolphins, the Buccaneers, for the undefeated team, they were playing some inspired ball, at least early on, and then, the Dolphins kind of started mounting a comeback, and, Tannehill kind of got into a rhythm. I believe it was at the end of the half, where they got a touchdown. They got a guy by the name of Rashard Matthews, who had a really big game. I claimed him on fantasy football because I was pretty impressed, but I'm not sure if he's a trend or if that was just a one-time deal or if he's here to stay, but I was impressed by him. And so, yeah, the Buccaneers were finally able to finish a game, which was neat. They got a safety, which was, and there was actually almost two safeties in that game. The Buccaneers came very close to surrendering a safety, but so yeah, the Bucs got their first win. That's really the main thing to take away, and I think they can. I think they have the potential to get on a little bit of a run, but we'll see. I want to really quickly talk about the NFC East, because that's kind of a hot topic right now. I believe how it is the Cowboys and Eagles are tied for first, but they only have like 5 wins. Before the season, me and Darren made a video of it. I picked the Redskins, and he picked the Giants. I'm not sure if he's standing by them or not, but I'm going to stand by the Redskins. I just know that they last year at this time were 3-6, and things were not looking so good, and they have won 7 straight and won the division. And I'm not sure they're going to win 7 straight, but I'm not sure they have to. I think the way the East is, I think it's not very strong, and right now you could pick anybody, and I would not blame you. I mean, I think right now you could pick anybody. I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants won it, but I'm going to stand by the Redskins. I think they need to run the ball with Alfred Morris, not abandon the run. He is proven to be a very effective player. Do not abandon the run. And they need to play some better defense for sure. But see, I'm going to stand by stand by the Redskins in the East. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just going to stand by them. So, thank you very much for watching my recap of this weekend, and there should be some pretty exciting games next week, particularly in college. We've got USC Stanford. Stanford right now, we just checked, is a 3-point favorite, or 3.5. And then we got the Ducks in Utah. So we got some good games coming up, and so look forward to those. And again, thank you for watching, and have a good one.